want to see, not what the internet wants to show me. That was how I started working on investing myself. So the media. Sorry, the media had some issues, so I have to use my phone. Sorry, we are taking a lot of time. Sorry. That everyone is at attention to hear you speak. You can speak well, then you are a good public speaker. The thought. So what is public speaking? A stage or then millions of people and thousands of people speak face to face with the audience. Now, it's no longer face to face. Online, that's why people have meetings and there are programs. It's just like we say we are going to see the people when I'm speaking to the public, and I would have to know how to speak well so that they can be receptive of what I have to say. That is what public speaking is. So there is the formal public speaking is standing on the stage and speaking to you, and the informal is when it's done online. That's what the informal is all about. The fourth is why I said of public speaking. That's the first thing I want to talk on. Why are people scared of speaking in public? The first thing is that they feel they don't fit in. So sometimes it's as though there is a particular set of people that has the speaking. How to stand and how to speak. So it's not about whether you fit into this. When you train yourself, I can remember one of our speakers yesterday talked about training yourself and speaking confidently. So whether it's one person, 10 people, 50 people, hundreds and thousands and millions of persons, it's that you are confident of that thing you can speak and you are not scared to say to anybody. That is where the problem is. The second is they feel they are not their vocabulary isn't good, or they're not able to construct words well. They feel that when they speak in public, people are going to laugh at them, people are going to mock them. I could. So I was people have to say about your face. So this is my first I always put down what I need to do right, and then say, okay, by next year, by the next physical meeting, thing that happened. That was because I mean it's okay to be nervous, trust me. It's okay to be nervous, but it's not okay to stay nervous. So when you get nervous at first, it's alright. But then you have to own your stage. You have to tell of public speaking. Instead, the first thing is you have to know your audience. What are the set of people we are going to be speaking? We all gathered. We noticed that it was more on secondary school students than big grammars. Public speaking is not about using big English. I mean, you need to be able to pass your information. Understand. So when I'm speaking to young people like us, I know how to pass my information because I know we are eager. There's certain things I will say here, I will repeat, and it's going to last. So I am conscious of the wrong things to be said. So I shouldn't. They are not so they will not get that. So I need to also come down to their level and speak to them. The second thing is work from an outline. Now, before I prepared this, I had to write down everything I was going to speak on. How I wanted it to flow. So the first thing I wanted to say was I wanted to talk on it. I wanted to say a quote on public speaking, which I did. To him, they interchanged. So it's also possible that from strategies, the next thing you see is benefits. But that's not how I was meant to do. So when it comes to public speaking, now, one other thing I want to say before going further, public speaking now, okay, just like I've given Mr. Daniel a topic to speak. No, it's also possible that it is that day you are meant to say something, but still yet you know how to outline your information. So that is what work from an outline. The faintest pen is better than the sharpest brain. So you actually need to write down those things you want to say. The third thing is using languages that they are that everybody can relate to. Languages are relative. So you need to use a language that I can understand. I have to use a language that Mr. Daniel can understand, that Joy can understand. I can't use something from different languages. No. I need to be attentive to what the kind of languages I use like while speaking to people. Now the fourth is tell a story. So when you're speaking to the public, because you want to get them at attention, you want to Phoebe who just finished. They all get a storyline. And while I was tell you a particular story. I actually said in public to speak and I was scared. I said something of that nature. So you need to give a storyline so people can be attentive to what you have to say. They can be curious to find out. So where is this person driving to? Where is this person going to land? What does this individual or what does this speaker want us to get from this speech? Now, the fourth is prepare for questions. Now, whenever you speak in public, you must have done your research to know that whatever you are going to say, a question will be thrown back at you. So, are you just going to? How about people don't ask you questions or just you have to know? I don't know, but just so that you don't just destroy yourself in the public and disgrace yourself, and then you be like, can this ground open here? Let me just fall inside. You actually need to know what exactly you are speaking on, and like the index, go for researches. Mr. Samuel yesterday said he had to read a full book to come and deliver on relationship building. So imagine, in fact, yesterday I stayed up all night before I really been doing researches on this. I have done classes and trainings on public speaking, but I also needed to do my own research. How do I deliver to people? So it's good that you know your topic. Now you get organized. You get organized. Getting organized is all about, as I said, outlining your topics, outlining what you want to say. You need to practice, and then practice some more. Before I came here to say anything, I had said this to my mirror. So I was like, okay, this is how I want to go about. This is what I want to say. This is how I want to keep people attentive. I want them to be free. Trust me, to be able to speak. And then I spoke to the mirror or saying, okay, this is how we go about it. And I practiced. Sometimes you record. Now I'm a YouTuber. So before I send any 10. Okay. Say or 50. I'm telling you the truth though. Before I can send, sometimes I'm comfortable with this, and then I'll send it to my system to start editing. And somebody will come and just say, so why did you keep facing like this? I've cancelled that video, and I'm going to go and do another one. So sometimes I record myself over and over. Your success. Before really coming to me. The success is me. The success is me because this is like a pyramid, what do you call it? Pyramid flow. When you affect one person, the other person affects another or affects two more people, and then that is how this step keeps going, and everybody gets affected. If chicken catch one person, and I come near the person, he will catch me. If I go another person, and that's how it keeps spreading. So that is what that is how it makes to visualize your success. You give definition to your success. You now know how to succeed. Now that's everything. So of course, sometimes you are very nervous. Sometimes just take a breath. You will not die. Last one, what will happen? You will not die. You just take that breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, and then come and deliver. Deliver like the king and the queen you are, and you'll be fine. The next, please. Yes. Benefits of benefits. Okay. Benefits of public speaking. It boosts your confidence. When you start speaking in public, it helps you to start researching on how better to go on your next speech. So when you're invited to come and speak in public again, okay. You want to be confident in the wrong things. You want to be confident in the right things. So when you are by taking the first step on speaking in public, you want to do some more research on how to be better. You want to invest in yourself better. Now, career advancement. Of course, speaking in public, because you've now you have they're not going to give someone who doesn't have knowledge a topic to speak in public. Now, when you are able to speak in public with that knowledge you have, a lot of people get to see you at that light of someone who is able to deliver well. And what happens? Probably you'll be called for a better job than you are doing. Public speaking does. Now, critical thinking tells you think far. You think inside the box and outside the box. You check all the possibilities inside that box and all the possibilities outside the box, and you are able to be logical in your decision. That passed from me to you and you to me. Now, improve communication. You have to speak well. Now, the next is make new social connections. The same thing has career. It's almost the same thing as career advancement. But then you get to yesterday exchange here because this person have value, and then I job. I was not, I was no longer concerned. In fact, I was never concerned that statistic or this statistic or and they were interested in everything. Satisfied, personal satisfaction, and then expand your professional network. The same thing has make new social connection, because professionally you get to meet people with like minds and you get to understand people better. Any other? That's all. So that is all on public speaking. He said you can, okay, sorry, things you should not do. And you know this was things you shouldn't do as a public speaker. I'm sorry. The first is neglecting to prepare. A lot of people feel that when you tell them you are handling this, they feel overconfidence. That's where overconfidence. There is confidence and there is overconfidence. And there is a thin line between overconfidence and pride. And then you just come in front of people and flop. Just come and disgrace your village people. Your village people that be telling you that got you. So you actually need to prepare. No matter how you know about that topic you have been given, go again and prepare. So you have more information. Kinda, please. As a public speaker, when you are speaking in public, you don't use such words. You speak direct. People don't know what people don't know what is not the English word. People don't know what kinda. It is kind of. Kinda. So people don't know what those words are. You need to speak direct. The next is talking. You don't need to. Where you run into. So you talk fast and then people don't understand what you are saying. But then you need to be conscious of your time. But you need to pass your message. Don't talk too fast. And don't also talk too slow. It should.
How does someone now work on their they appear related? Their English is always there's always cut and join in the English. Then there are ones that cannot maintain eye contact. They'll be looking up. They are doing that look horizontally. Their eyes is always up. Their eye can never go down because they don't want to look at somebody's eyes. If they look at somebody's eyes.
Very much. The first thing I will say about coordinating your words is a lot of people don't speak. And if I see words like educate or usher, I go to the dictionary and find a synonym to the word. What other simpler word view me in the light of? I think that's the reason why people have these cut and join situations. That's the reason why people have issues with speaking fluently, because they really want to pass their information and they feel they have to pass that information with a big grammar, which shouldn't be. You can actually pass your information speaking well, speaking in simplest. practicing. At home you practice. You go for your research. What other things can I say that will be better than what yourself? That helps in practice. Now when you're in front of people, because you've practiced over time, speaking to the camera or speaking to some persons and trying to give your contribution where necessary. So sometimes we are question. All right, we'll just go into the next. Yes, we'll just go into the next seminar or the next teaching on leadership. I want to invite Mr. Daniel Ravike. Please appreciate him. Please keep.
Please let's appreciate the comment. Going forward, when I was being introduced, we will excuse some. I studied physics, industrial physics. Yes, that is in Federal University of Technology, not Federal University Science and Technology, it's Federal University of Technology, where. And I did my MS in India in a school called Madras University of Madras in Chennai. I studied geoinformatics. I also did my postgraduate diploma in education with National Teachers Institute in Kaduna. And we are still progressing because we want to advance. We don't want to be on the same level. Yesterday, the speaker said that it's the person on purpose recovery or self-confidence. One of them said that if you remain in the level your parents were, that it means that is a failure. And the speaker today said that is a colossal failure. I don't think that I am where my parents were, shall I cross them, and I think I want to set a pedestal such that when my children come on board, when they look at my own, I will tell them, if you stop under me, and you shake. That is the stage I want to set for anybody that is coming after me. And I think we should be able to set the standard for where you want to go to. And the people coming after you, what should they be looking forward to? What should they emulate? Should they look at you as one that is not a visionary? Or should they be looking at you as one that has a vision? So I'm talking about leadership today, and I want to tell you that everybody is born a leader. The only problem is the stage at which you are going to execute the position of a leader. But every person is born a leader. When the last speaker was talking about public speaking, my own public speaking, I can tell you how it started. My own public speaking started with cheers. I wake up in the morning, my father used to be a preacher. I see how he preaches. And whenever I come inside my room, I organize chairs. And I will stand on one of the cushions. And then I begin to speak to the chair. Doing that also entail or give room for me also to have this awareness that I can be called at any time. So I have to develop myself. I was very small doing that, ignorant. But as I grew up, the ignorance changed to the fact that there is a responsibility that can come to me at any time. So, any person that is vying for a leadership or looking forward to becoming a leader, or that person will always want to ensure that there is a development in him or her. That development comes in a positive manner. So now, what is the definition of leadership? And we have that leadership is the power to motivate others by example, ideas, inspiration, personality, or persuasion, so as to command their confidence, their loyalty, their obedience, and their respect. If you look at that word, you will find out that there are some words that we are that. One of them is idea. They are able to motivate others first by example. The first mission is to motivate others by example. The second is by their ideas, then inspiration, personality, persuasion. Now, most leaders that have come over time grew as a result of example. They saw somebody that they loved. They saw something in that person that they liked, and decided to emulate that person. And in doing that, unconsciously, something was taking place inside them. Because in emulating that, I want to be like this person, how quiet this person is, how humble this person, how this person talks. Gradually, you are doing that, it is inculcating inside you, and becoming decide to emulate that person. And that thing that happens is that you begin to think like that person. You see that the person's idea is different. How coordinates himself, how the person expresses, you want to do like that. We're talking about young man that scholarship and privilege from Togo. And what did he do? And white shirt and black coat, black suit and black shoe. This person is an engineering student in Futo, Federal University of Technology. He's an engineering student, but he's emulating someone that is in the banking industry. You need to see how he talks. He wants to talk how the young man is talking. He's been inspired by that person. You see other person that the young man also on the social media that talks like Oyedepo. He dresses like Oyedepo. He wears white suit like a. How long Oyedepo suit is? That is how he wants his suit to be. He talks like him. When he, how do you want people to see you? How do you want some persons to be? How do you want them to relate? These are all personality. You know, one of the things that is showing running that person, want to persuade that person to do more, because they are looking beyond what the person is. To tell the person that you can do more than you have diminished yourself to do. Some person don't know that they can go far, but what a good leader will do is to encourage you, to tell you that you have what it takes to get to this height. So that they play the role of persuasion. Also, command their confidence so as to And anywhere you are outside the shores of your training, you can decide to do confidently. And that thing they do is they command obedience and respect. They don't force it. We have different kind of leadership. Any leadership that is forced is a negative kind of leadership. Any leadership that the led are being forced, they are not doing it out of there. They are not doing it because they love what they are doing. It means that leadership is a negative form of leadership. And so we proceed to who is a leader. We have just talked about leadership. Now, what is a leader? A leader is a person the enthusiastic, united, and willing followers, and direct the accomplishment of the desired objective. He knows the abilities, every one of them, because he is not just leading one, he's leading different set of people under his leadership. There could be those that are into media, there are those that are into security, there are those that are into but they are under his guidance. But then he tries to encourage them in all their various abilities. Everyone of them, he encourages them and sustains the drive for them to execute the project. He sustains the drive for them to execute the project. Just giving direction. Even when he directs, he wants to ensure that they accomplish the desired objectives. He's not a kind of tyrant. He's a keep his followers informed of the reason behind that. I'm still a follower. I'm a follower to leaders, and I'm a leader in some other categories. Now, I have one of my leaders. Before he does anything, he has the authority to take decision on what should be done. But before he does anything, he wants to seek the opinion of every one of us that are under him. So, and if he wants to take a decision, he first tells us what is in his mind. Now, a positive leader provides constant motivation and incentive by consulting his or her followers for ideas, and by being constructive in his or her criticism and giving praise for their achievement. So, those that have shortcomings, he will still encourage them to go far, that they can do more. They can do more. Then those that exercise some laziness, he tries to reprimand them. That is who a positive leader is. He encourages, he motivates, he gives incentive to those that are doing well in order to tell others. Like now, if you go to some establishment, you will notice that As you enter the establishment, you see on the wall, they will put best staff for the month of so and so. Sometimes you will see on the wall, they will put for every performance, they will put a star for every attached to the pictures of every employee. And at the end of the year, the employee that has the highest star will be given some incentive. That is what a positive leader does. But the employee that doesn't do well will then be criticized. But the criticism of the leader is not to run that person, run his follower down. The criticism is to encourage that person to see the shortfalls and do better, because he sees that if that person can do well. Now, as I'm sharing this information about positive leader, I am expecting that you should be looking inward. So some we are players in their school. Some are going to be responsible in their department. Some are going to veer for one position or other, whether political position or what another. And this is what it entails to be a leader. I'm talking about what it entails to be a leader. We have this choir setting in school, in the university, and so she wants to sing one of the parts. And if this lady, when we begin to sing, my friend, not because she's getting it, her own is off. And her own off is such that even the keyboard cannot find her own. We will keep searching for key. I was already a keyboard, did not put her own key there. So I needed to take my time to help her. She's from Port Harcourt. And every time we close school, we have time where I will spend with her. And I tell her, we're not sitting down to do this rehearsal. We will stand and do rehearsal together. I want to tell you that before we finish the a leader, we say again, of organizations, an interest of its member, whatever is doing is for the purpose of what that company or what that establishment is after, and also is also trying to ensure that every member of that organization, his or her interest is also met. A positive leader is also concerned about the people that he is leading. Any leader that is always interested in the end, and what is the end? The end point of every or the people that are executing the task, that person is not a positive leader. The second role of the leader is a neutral leader. Who is a neutral leader? I used to be like this sometimes, but I had to adjust myself. A neutral leader. The neutral leader means well, but is timid in his or her action, has little self-confidence, lacks the ability to make function, only succeeds in promoting confusion among the followers, and eventually loses his position of leadership. This kind of leader is always, yesterday the language one of our speakers used is cowed, meaning that person can always be his decision can always be unturned. He has a positive, he has something he wants every the establishment to follow. But then when somebody intimidates him and says, okay, this is not work, immediately say it will not work. That becomes where he stands. Because somebody has intimidated him. He is not firm on his decision. This kind of person is neutral, he cannot go far. It cannot go far. Because if one person says, okay, it will not work, and this is not asking, how will it work? If now that person shares his own idea of how it works. And that person says, this thing will not work, this one will not work. How do you want it to be shared? Ends up causing commotion. So in those that are easy, they have self-esteem and lack confidence of themselves. And we cannot afford to be that kind of leader. The next kind of leader is the negative kind of leader. The negative leader likes to dominate and is domineering because of a constant fear of losing his or her position of leadership. Gives destructive criticism, does not consult his or her subordinate, nor does she or he explain his or her action. This last point is the opposite of the positive leader. The last point is the opposite of the positive leader. So this negative leader likes to dominate. He wants everybody to fear him or fear her. You know, there are kind of leaders, there are kind of people that whenever they enter, they want everywhere to be silent. When I was running a program in National Teachers Institute, one of the things that we are taught as teachers, or wherever we are speaking, or when we are speaking to students, he said one of the teachers, she's a lecturer, a doctor, and she is in Federal College of Education. Her name is Dr. Mama somebody, Habiba. She said, and I quote her, with some other lecturers came and said, in a class, and the students in the class are not talk. In a class, one or two things. But if you're a teacher and you want everybody to be afraid of you, with you. And ever since she said that, I began to go down memory lane to all the lecturers I've ever had. The only ones that are good were those in my masters when I ran my master's degree. But my undergraduate program, all my lecturers, I don't think any of them were a good one. We are good lecturers. All negative lecturers. Want your word to be seen as God. That is a form of negative kind of leadership, and it is never a good way. When someone does do something well, you cannot tell the person this is what you do because you pay attention to the time this person. Before you just ensure that the matches are taken up. The matches are taken you cannot, you will not use your sense to know that this is what you're supposed to do. And you know what school did you come from? How did you graduate? How did you even get your certificate? I am sure you cheated. I don't like people that are waste. You begin to criticize that person just because of one mistake. You draw conclusions about everything. Yesterday, our about generalizing a person's action with one fault. Somebody made a mistake, maybe and you generalize that this action he does is an action of stealing. And I'm sure that this is not the first time you have taken somebody's Bible. I'm sure that this is just because you are here. If you had if I took my wallet here, who knows what to have taken? You generalize it. That's a very wrong form of leadership. When you read, you say, does not consult his also, nor does she or he explain her actions or his There's a difference between leaders and managers. Managers are not leaders. Managers are a photocopy of the owner of the company. But the leader is not a photocopy. No, the next. Of what the leader wants. He maintains order, what he has been told, relies on control. He is not in control, he relies on what wants to try to become a leader. One of the things he will focus on is the vision and the purpose. What is running for? What is the establishment is putting up? What is the end point? What is the end point? Of the vision, and he develops, he works on developing people, he inspires trust. He's not a person that always suspects that you cannot do anything. He's not a person that looks down on people's ability. He's not that kind of person. Has a long range of perspective. He's not narrow. He has a wide range of perspectives what he wants to do, and he always asks why. What is the leadership quality? The leadership quality. One of the leadership quality is ability to take charge. Ability to take charge. That is take charge. The next slide. Ability to take charge. The next quality of a leader is strong self-image. Yesterday we talked about self-confidence. His skill to interact, supportive with the customers, employees, and colleagues. This person has a good form of relationship. He knows how to relate with employees and colleagues, and how to be supportive with customers, how to be supportive with colleagues. He's always looking on the things of those he is leading in order to encourage them. Willingness to give other people the permission to take risks. He knew this leader, a good leader understands that risk was taken upon him by giving him a responsibility. And so the people that he is leading also, or the people she is leading, she will also want to give them responsibility. Take the risk of giving them responsibility and see let them fail. Let them do it well and let them have a shortcoming. If they fail, it's a good thing to encourage them and this is where you got it wrong. Because you didn't do this, because you didn't apply this, this is why it went wrong. This is the position of a good leadership. He tries to ensure that he gives people responsibility. There are people that he gives responsibility, but he shall give them responsibility. Responsibility. The first failure of a leadership, of someone that is being given a role, you have to show yourself. How do you sell yourself? If I take this opportunity for granted, I'm going to come here flying out. I'm going to come here not properly dressed. I'll just come here as one of those normal things. But someone that understands that I can meet somebody here. I can meet somebody that can change my life. I can meet somebody that I don't know where, I don't know the limit to which this can take me to. I don't know who this person can introduce. Action in appearance, action in how you talk, how you moderate yourself, how you comport yourself. Sometimes, some part of the scriptures we used to read used to say sometimes when a fool, he said he's counted wise. When a fool is silent, he's quiet in a place, sometimes he's counted wise. It means that sometimes even when somebody the first leader talked about personal investments. Yesterday, the other person talked about self-confidence and purpose discovery. I can tell you that purpose discovery and self-confidence will go far. Now, want to talk about one good attitude of a leader is delegating responsibility. You go to the next, not this one. You see one of a responsibility, and what are the responsibility? We find one. Indicate one new responsibility a person can know. listen, the reason why I wanted to handle this, one of my leaders used to do that. He will call you and tell you that you should do this. And one good thing about is that you know the other one, my other brother was in ABU. I was in the East. My dad called every one of us and gave us a task and told us that we have 3 days to execute a task. Every one of us was given 3 days. And the performance standard. He was there.